Good morning, everyone. This is a very significant message of the day, so you might want to pay attention to this. It is the 15th of September, and the day adds up to 29, which is being present in the moment, a gift. As we have the Hermit and the 15 of the Devil, which is the shadow side, and here's the message as it came to me. And this message was done at 9:09. The underlying energy is the bear, the cross, the devil, and the house. It's hard for the bear to get started awakening after a long sleep. He may need some exercise. With home and park or nature, with peace and spirituality or spiritual maturity, the polar bear pushes counsel to get moving, or they are having a hard time getting the bear to listen and wake to the burdens that are waiting for them as the devil waits at the house. And this is at 9:19, which is the Hermit and the Sun, and the bird tapped on my side window. The Page of Pentacles eyes the strange yet beautiful peacock bird of blues, greens, and yellows, destined lovers magnifico in a towering event, shocked out of their sleep, awakening without option, spiritually or to divorce, the wounded warrior on one knee, unable to battle for their wounds any longer, awaiting judgment, a wake-up call, decision from ground control to Major Tom or Grand Central Station, the devil himself and the winged Emerald Order, Lucifer, where Lu sees in the sky with diamond light, as the fallen angel rises. Their horns and fire become the jester's cap, when he is unable to deny his passions no more. The marriage and the thief, the Empress and the Queen of Wands, on a journey for the better. My bags are packed and I'm ready to go. I'm standing here outside your door. I hate to wake you up to say goodbye. A gift presented with sudden wealth. 777s, the jackpot, divine timing. Hit with divine timing. The crackpot. Jack, be nimble. Jack, be quick. Jack jumped over the candlestick. The juggler, joker, the jackal, and the jester stole his thorny crown when the king was looking down. As the Hermit is present at 9:29 in very intense connection here. The jester stole his thorny crown when the king was looking down. The courtroom was adjourned, no verdict was returned. And while Lenin read a book on Marx, the quartet practiced in the park, and we sang dirges in the dark the day the music died. The player tried for a forward pass, with the jester on the sidelines now in a cast. And there we were, all in our place, a generation lost in space, with no time left to start again. So perhaps some walk-ins. So come on, Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack Flash sat on a candlestick, because fire is the devil's only friend. And as the flames climbed high into the night to light the sacrificial rite, I saw Satan laughing with delight the day the music died. Because in the streets the children screamed, and the lovers cried, and the poets dreamed, but not a word was spoken. The church bells all were broken. And the three men I admired the most, the Father, Son, and Sophia, Holy Ghost, caught the last train in order to coast the day the music was reborn. At 9:39, which is the Hermit and the Knight of Cups. After all, Lucifer of light was God's child, not his. And as in the shack, the mother-father source cannot choose one kid over the other. They unconditionally love them all. So as Lu rises and Rawls, and the child Lubin I named but never had come to call, the day the music inspired all, Aquarius moon rising, and golden age of all. 9:18, someone once said, the first day of the world, the day the earth stood still. For me anyway, for I waited for the last quarter of the 23rd hour, the 11th hour of the King of Wands, 23, and the 11 of Justice, Truth and Balance, in order to be born. Saying so long to the moon of the 18, as my true birthday, 1 hour forward from birthplace, would place me on the 19th in the sun, the golden age of everyone. So as the gambler went for one final try with help from above, slumdog millionaire who always believed in true love, releasing it all to source, in return was a magical golden gift called Jackpot 777, the man shunned from all he knew. The greatest gift of all, a blessing in disguise, or what others may call a divine surprise. So the first pile here is the elephant who never forgets. My brother's mating call for me, due to the few pounds I carried that they did not in my family. She never forgot as her third eye opened and flame held in her trunk, and the brother whose birthday fell on the day before hers, well, because he didn't mean to hurt her, his heart sunk. And as the snake bite and the poison apple burns in the Garden of Eve's den, in order to learn to stand up for oneself and take the high road and light the torch, in honoring of the self and Sophia's plight as they are ascending fast, but instead of 3 guns, she'd like Gandhi's sewing wheels, the pearl threaded that weaves us all together into one quilt. And instead of a salute of falling in line, she'd prefer you sew a stitch in time, for playing with fire is the devil's only friend, and a stitch in time saves the 9. So the second pile of the cosmic egg, the crown of all chakras, the Kundalini risen, standing guard as the grid placeholder for the nesting stork's deliverance of the golden egg, and assisting in the collective awakening, opening the hearts of the world to the inner little girl in the moon, with cannons pointing right at her. The star and the moon, the world and the little girl with moody blues, the little girl, the mother, and the man in despair on house arrest. And at 8:15, a car flew up the street yelling, "Where are you? Where are you?" And at 10:17, another bird hit the side window again. Number 3, the hawk, clearing as much as they can, separating the wheat from the chaff, which is exhausting for the mature woman, or the separation of the player fallen short and the mature woman, destined lovers. The fourth pile of the dragon's eye, the solar plexus unraveling self-satisfaction and the despair of it all at the same time, celebration and regret, making their way through your intestines, a Virgo's calling card, of course, to make it very clear what to purify here. Number 5 is the cheetah, ready to pounce on the dragon? A brave soul indeed, for their heart is a flutter, wrapped up two as one, freeing all others, no longer confused about the ship that arrived before the water and got stuck, with nothing to buffer and float on, to create waves and purify the air that we breathe, allowing the emotions to flood in, or Noah's Ark, 40 light and 40 dark, the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands. The 6th pile with the black egg, the truth and the throat chakra, the key to your freedom as the truth sets you free, and the Page of Swords reversed, who lied and spied and ignored or said really mean or immature things, ends up in judication, or perhaps Judy vacation, without the va, or Virginia is for lover's part, or the parents of abused or abusive child here are in court, or of course, custody and divorce court here. So on the sidebar of all of this is the scorpion with their stinger up, who is passionate like the tiger, but the scorpion has fears and competitiveness that the tiger doesn't have. The spider is also here. They never tire in support of self and others. In a web at 0 point, they're an ingenious creator, that weave the destiny of Dharma. The buffalo is so strongly grounded and yet heavenly, and the tiger is at one with the silence, fearing nothing. Sensuality, receptivity, and devotion, being passionate, strong, and sensual, are all heightened in the midnight hour of the tiger, taking in the potent calm, the awakening of your own power. If overstimulated, like a baby after a party, try candle gazing, which is so funny because I bought candles right before I started this. The secrets come out, causing the ship to be freed from the mountainous obstacles in order to reach the ring of fire, the circle of trust, the commitments, unable to break free because the inner war is ignited, the suffering and silence, and the loss of family and or dysfunction. At 10:38, which is the turn for the better with the Queen of Cups. The orphan boy, or Oliver, making their way to a service, perhaps to pay their respects to a lover or someone of great affection, could be infection too, as that was trying to come up here, with unexpected income from the family. So again, Oliver making their way to a service to pay respects to lover with unexpected income from the family. Scorpio stings when they're being like a vault, secretive and unable to escape the chains of rejection and poverty. The spider makes a breakthrough, triumphing over death, or a case. Where the buffalo roam, steers clear of Hightower, in loving self, bringing lovers together, the tiger committed to the circle of trust, and leaving inheritance to those family mummers. Perhaps mummers is coming up for some reason, but those family members that are in that circle, with eye on the prize at 10:44, a turn for the better, and the grounding and integrating and mastering of the receiving of love. Fearless they are. Once you've been through a war and survived, like my father, no one can take you down, and you know it. Only fear is the enemy, and in fear, the enemy will take you down. The child brings it up here a notch with bringing in petty annoyances like mice and messes and thieves, but the child also brings the best blessings you'll ever receive. Official imprisonment, or in other words, constant change, bringing new homes and cars, but above all, blessings. You can visit, but you can never leave, for the heart always wins, and Spirit's connecting very intensely here. There's great fortune in community pathway for those who make a child smile, and perhaps give them a wish at 10:49, which is a turn for the better, and the card of getting your wish. Rise and be loved.